PSA Collector.
What's going on, guys? It's Matt with PSAcollector.com, and in today's video I'm going to show you guys how to submit your cards to PSA for authentication and grading. Now, if you've seen my video on how to submit to PSA, my older video, it's the same way. It's just PSA has done upgrades, and I wanted to do a new video, an updated video on how to submit. I'm going to be going kind of fast, guys, so if you want to slow the video down, hit Shift and comma on your keyboard, and that's going to reduce the play speed. If you want it to speed up, hit Shift and period, okay? And that's going to increase the speed, the play speed. It's up to you guys on how fast or how slow this video is going to play out. I'm going to try to keep a good pace. There's lots of information to cover, guys. If you haven't subscribed already, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. Without any further ado, let's go ahead and jump into this tutorial. All right, guys, first things first, you want to go to PSAcard.com. If you don't have an account, you go up to the account and you can create one. It's simple, it's easy, it's free. So go up to PSAcard.com, click that Submit Now button, and click the Start button, Start New Submission. I'm actually going to be creating a submission as I go make this video, okay? So I'm going to be going through the steps and also creating a submission. So I'm going to show you exactly what I do. So item type, this is step number one, is item type. It's what kind of cards are you submitting? What size? And for the most part, guys, you're going to be doing the 3.5 by 2.5, all right? Roughly 3.5 by 2.5 regular size trading card, all right? All these other ones, that's for like later on down the road if you want to experiment with other things, coins, T3s, supersized, and so forth. So for now, click the regular or small size trading cards. And it's also for tall boys cards as well. So the old school basketball and football cards, the tall boy cards. Hit next. You want to do grading. And you want to do no autograph authentication. If you have a card that you had autographed in person, then you want to go down here and figure out which one is best for you. Also, if you have a card that was autographed, it came in a pack, or the card manufacturer certified it, and you want to get that autograph graded, then you come down here and you do dual service card grade and autograph grade. See how it says autograph authentication? Yes, 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 yes. You're going to want to do that. However, I think that's going to be more expensive, but just don't worry about any of that for now. If you don't care, all you want to do is have the card graded. Just hit no autograph authentication and hit next. Step 3 is the service level. So if you're brand new to the PSA site and you're not a PSA member, the lowest cost for a card submission is going to be $50. That's your option right now. If you're a PSA member like I am, then you have all these other options. These are the bulk options. So that's $10 per card, 10 and 12 depending on the year. So PSA does a bulk option, and they also do a collector's club special, quarterly special for $8.50, $9. If you want to see those prices and you want to become a PSA member, which I highly suggest you do, if you're submitting over 20 cards and you plan on doing multiple submissions, go to the quarterly specials at the bottom of the page, and this tells you a little bit more information on what the specials are for the quarter. But click the Collectors Club membership, and it's going to bring up these options. Gold and platinum are no longer available. They're sold out. So you've got to join the silver. And all this does is gives you access to those quarterly specials and access to that bulk discount, okay? So it's a $60 fee, flat rate fee every year that you have to pay to have those discounts. Otherwise, you're going to pay $50 per card. So it's up to you on which options you want to do. I highly suggest spending $60 and if you're going to submit over 20 cards, because you're going to get your money back. You're going to get your money back. So sign up, then you have other options, cheaper options. Also, guys, pay attention to these max declared values, which I'm going to make a video on later after this. Actually, I'll make the video and I'm going to put a link at the top. I'm going to answer a lot of those questions. But for now, guys, $200, PSA is very lenient with that price. If it's like $500 or, if it's below $1,000 in general, I think PSA is going to be okay with you paying $15, $12, $10 per card. Okay, now if it's over $1,000 consistently and PSA sees that it's selling for over $1,000, then they're going to upcharge you another $50. They're going to charge you $50 for that card, okay? And what that's doing is paying for the insurance, okay? PSA wants to make sure that that card is insured when they ship it back to you. So that's max declared value in a nutshell. Like I said, I'm going to do a video on that, more in-depth video, so stay posted for that. For now, I'm just going to say, okay, I'm going to do a bulk submission, 20 card minimum. I'm going to do over 20 cards at the 1972 to 2016, $12 per card. That's the option I'm selecting. Max declared value of $200, and I'm okay with that. Hit next, and it's going to bring you into step 4, which is the item entry. And this is, on your first time, it's kind of tricky, but once you get used to it, it's very easy. So what you're going to start doing, guys, is entering your cards and in the item entry. So for instance, I have these cards. These are all the cards I'm submitting, all right? and they're between the 1972 and 2017 years. So what I did was I went through and I already put them in order from kind of like set and player. So I have the Ben Simmons Premier number 141 on top, and I have all those other cards together. So you want to make sure to keep your PSA submission organized. All right, you don't want to have them all jumbled and random. You want to try to keep them as organized as possible. So after the 2016 Select Simmons, I have the 2016 or 14 Select Harden, James Harden cards, okay? Because they're similar cards, all similar. So you want to keep them in order. You want to have, especially the duplicates, guys. Don't have this die cut down here and down. You want to have them all the same exact cards. That's the most important part of organizing them. Have all the same exact cards right next to each other, okay? So after you organize your cards, nice and organized, you're going to want to start submitting them. And what I do is when you have duplicates, it makes this process a heck of a lot easier. So I try to remember that when I make my submission. So you start typing in the player name, the year, and the card number. Say 2016 Select Ben Simmons, and it's number 141. And this is intuitive, so it's going to start pulling up similar cards that have been graded. And then right there's my card. I make sure to do the quantity of one when you have just one, and make sure when you have multiples you enter that as well. Minimum grade, don't worry about that right now, guys. That's definitely something I never mess with. A PSA will charge you if you put a minimum grade of 10 and they think it's a 9. They're not going to put it in a PSA case. They're going to send it back to you raw and ungraded, and they're still going to charge you. So don't mess with minimum grade. Declare total value, guys. I like to max it out per card. I just like to do that. So $199. If you hit save, it's going to allow it. It's going to put it down here, and that's going to be your submission. However, if you try to do $200, which is $1 over the max declared value, it's going to give you a red alert. The value is $200. The per item declared value of 200 is over the max. So it's going to let you know when you're over the max. So I like to hit max it out, hit save, and there's my first card. Okay, so I have a bunch of other Simmons. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 more. And make sure, guys, that you're putting these cards in the order on the submission form, okay? That's another very important part. So this is number one, item number one. You want this at the very beginning of your submission. When you package these up for PSA, you want the item number one at the very beginning, and I'm gonna cover this more later on when we get to the packaging, but just keep that in mind. This is number one, okay? So what I like to do is flip it over, and this is the beginning, and this is number 2, 3. Since these are all the same exact cards, they can be jumbled. It doesn't really matter, but you want them all together because they're all the same. So 16 total. What I want to do is type in 16 quantity, 2016 Ben Simmons, 60. And that's it. 2016 Panini Select. Oh, Panini Select. Make sure to select the right set because Spectre was in there as well. And then what you're going to do is, this is the total max declared value of all the cards combined. So that's why I like having a calculator handy. 16 at $199, $3,184. $3,180. Now this is going to be the declared value of after the card has been PSA graded, okay? Not raw and ungraded. This is the value of the card that after has been PSA graded. So $3,184. That's probably a little bit of, that's definitely overkill, but you know what? I like to max it out. Why not? So those are the Simmons, and then I'm moving on to the Harden. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 of the Concourse James Harden 2014 Select, number 26. So I'm gonna type in 4, 2014 Panini Select James Harden 26, and look for the prism, silver prism. Yep, right there, silver prism 4. I'm gonna go ahead and, I'm not gonna max this out at $199, but let's say 60 times 4. It's $240. I think that's fair. $240. Hit save. And you want to make sure that when you save it, it comes down here in the bottom. All right. And it's also going to give you a tally of how much you spent so far. So 21 cards at 12 per card is $252, okay? That's not including shipping. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go through and I'm gonna enter all these cards and I'm gonna show you what I do for the shipping process, okay? All right, guys, as far as storing your cards when submitting the PSA, if you don't have these card saver ones, if you wanna just submit in the top loader, that's fine. PSA said that's okay for now because there's a shortage of card savers, but make sure that you put your card in a penny sleeve and then in the top loader, and then in a team bag that has plastic sticky tape on it. That way it seals it. And that way the card doesn't fall out during shipping, okay? And that's the #1 reason why PSA wants us to use the card savers, is because the card's not gonna fall out during shipping, all right? So do not use Scotch tape, do not use painter's tape when you're submitting in a top loader. Just simply put it in a plastic team bag that has that sticky stuff on the back. What I like to use are these right here. The PSA graded, the PSA sleeves that I put on the PSA cards after they've been graded. They work great, guys, to put and hold the card simple and secure, and it's super easy for PSA to take out, okay? So you can use these or just team bags, but you can do a mix of card savers and top loaders. It doesn't really matter. You could even use the card saver 2s. However, they're too small for me. I have fat fingers and they're a pain to get in and out. So I definitely prefer the card saver 1s for the standard trading cards, or top loader inside a sealed bag, and good to go. Good to go. All right. All right, guys. If you make an error, let's say you wanted to type in LeBron James right here instead of James Harden, you just click on it, and it's going to bring it up here. Okay, and then you can change it to whatever you want to change it to. So type in LeBron James and hit save, and it's going to change it for you right down there. All right, guys, another thing I wanted to point out real quick is as you're stacking these, after you're submitting them, and if they're in top loaders and team bags, they get real slippery. Like you can't really pick them up because they'll just slip out. So what I like to do is take a rubber band and just simply, not too tight. You don't want to too tight of a rubber band. Take a rubber band and just cut it like that. I'm just gonna hold it horizontal and then vertical, just like that. Okay. And also, what I like to do, so in order to remember where this is in the line on the front, so this is gonna be number 2. I like to write number 2, just like that, okay? That way I know and PSA knows, actually number 2 front. I know and PSA knows that this is the number 2 in the submission. So this goes behind number 1 right here. I know it's number 1 because I remember doing that Ben Simmons, number 1, right? Not too tight, guys, not too tight. And don't worry about the card bending because the card savers will prevent that from the card bending. You can even stretch it out a little bit if you want. Stretch it out a little bit. And so front, it's like that. Number 1 front, okay? And there you go. Keep just like that. Keep moving along. So now you know that the order that they're in. Number 1, number 2. And they're not slipping around all over the place. So I just wanted to let you guys know. Keep some rubber bands handy. You're gonna need them. And Post-it notes. All right, guys, I forgot to mention, you're gonna want to put cardboard between these, okay? So I like to do 1 cardboard, and then, now you don't, I guess, have to do this. I just like doing it. You definitely want to do this if you're submitting just 1 card. You want to put it between cardboard. Okay, so I like to do just like this. Now it doesn't have to be this wide. I definitely cut them a little too wide. Just like that. And then take your Post-it note or your sticky note and label it front. Okay, and then take the second one, so put that right there. Take your second one, do the same thing, that. There's no right or wrong way to do this, guys. Just go with what makes you feel comfortable. Essentially what I'm doing is protecting the cards even further. Okay, closest to. So I'm gonna say middle. And this is the front, yep. And then the back. Or you can do 1, 2, 3, whatever. As long as you're making it clear to the PSA grader where to start, okay? Because you don't want to just throw your cards in a box and then say, here you go, good luck, you know what I mean? So you got front, middle, and then back. So they know this is the very beginning of the submission, this is the middle, and this is the end of the submission, okay? And then what you're gonna wanna do is keep them like this and get you a box. What I like to do is keep these Amazon boxes that I get in the mail. My wife gets a lot. I like to keep them, all right? These small little size boxes. They're not very big at all. And then I also like to keep a lot of like bubble wrap from the mail I get. All of my mail days. Just keep a lot of bubble wrap laying around. And then cushion the bottom of the box. You can even throw some cardboard in there if you want, some extra cardboard. But you want to make sure that the box is nice and cushioned, okay? Then you want to put your cards in there from front to middle and the back, just like that, okay? And then you're gonna have all this excess room. What I like to do is take these small little bubble mailers, put them on the sides, take your bubble wrap, put it up front, just like that. You want it nice and tight, guys. You don't want it moving around. You don't want it shifting at all. So don't be afraid to use a lot of bubble wrap, all right? And there you go. That's how you package it. Perfect. What you're gonna wanna do next is set this aside. Don't close it up yet. Set that aside. Make sure it's nice and packed. Now, guys, I'm going to go back through and double check and make sure I package everything nice. I'm recording and doing this is difficult, so keep that in mind. All right, you guys want to take your time and make sure you package everything accurately. So you want to go back to your submission. I have all the cards here, all my cards entered, and it tells me the quantity up here of 112. My total is $1,344. That's before shipping. And then you just want to hit next. Make sure your address is right, which I'm going to blur that out. Insured shipping. So insured shipping to ship the cards back to you from PSA, for me in this order, is $65. And you want to do your credit card information and all that stuff right down here, okay? Which I'm going to do that real quick. All right, so after you hit next, you put your billing information in. It's going to bring up this menu. This is what you're going to want to print, okay? It's going to give you an order, a brief of all the cards you submitted. You want to scroll down. You want to click this box. I have read the PSA grading terms. Click next. And then here are the steps, guys. Follow these steps. Put the collectibles in order. They appear in the submission form. Failing to do so will result in 5% service charge on your order. Package. Protect your items, guys, so they don't shift or get damaged in transit. We suggest placing all of your items in proper order between two larger pieces of cardboard and securing the bundle with rubber bands, just like I showed you. Wrap bundled items in bubble wrap or similar packing materials. Place your collectibles in any approximate box size. Okay, guys, just read through, do exactly what I said to do. Okay, hey guys, real quick. So step number 5, this print label button, you print it and you tape this on the side of your box, okay? I failed to do this at the beginning, and I realized it later on in after I did the video, I was doing my editing, that this print label, it's so PSA can scan it once they receive it. So print this label, put it at the top. I show a picture of where I put it on my box. I put it at the very top. So PSA sees it, they're going to scan it, and once they scan it, you're going to get an email and let you know that they have your package and they're getting ready to process this. Okay, so step number 5, submission ID label. Print this even if you have one order, okay? It's meant for multiple orders, but even if you have one, print it and cut around the edges. and tape it on the box. Super simple and super convenient. That way you know you get when PSA receives it, and you don't have to worry about it whether or not it's lost in the mail. So make sure to do that too. There's tons of information on here if you guys want to look further into it. Please print all pages from this submission and include PSA copy 1 and PSA copy 2 with your shipment, okay? So you want to just click this print submission form, and that's going to pull it up. You want to hit print. It's going to print multiple copies, 2 for PSA and 1 for you. All right, guys, so here it is, PSA copy number 1. You'll see right there at the top. You want to take that and put it all together. PSA copy number 2. Take that all together. And then here's your customer copy. You're going to be able to see your cards online once PSA receives it. So you want to take your 2 PSA copies, PSA copy number 1, PSA copy number 2. You're going to want to sign it right wherever it says I have read and agreed to the PSA grading terms. All right, just throw your name down there. I see it twice. Just sign it, okay? And also you're going to want to fill in the order right here. Total number of orders included in this package is 1. Total number of collectibles included, which is 112. So 112, 112. I believe that's how you do it, all right? So there it is. Now these are going to want to go inside the box. I like to fold them up just like that. Fold them up just like this. Staple them, do whatever you want to do. Simple fold is all I think is necessary. Take your box, put it at the very beginning of the front of the package. It's tight in there. All right, so you're going to want to put the PSA copy number 1 and PSA copy number 2 in the box. Close it again, make sure everything looks good. It's not forcing any card sides. The bottom, we have bubble wrap on the bottom. Close it. Now you guys, you're going to want to tape this solid. So use packaging tape, okay? Seal it monster tight. Okay. That's not going to do it. I'm going to need more. So you want to make sure the bottom's nice and tight, not loose. You don't want your cards falling out, guys. Transition. All right, once it's nice and tight, what I like to do is, so you want to write on the box whatever your submission was. So I put, my submission was value modern. So what I'm gonna write in the box is value modern. It used to be turnaround times, but now I think PSA wants you to write whatever your submission type was. So value modern. If you had economy, write economy, and so forth. And then what I like to do is arrows up. You know, just whatever works, guys. whatever you want to write on the box, but definitely write in your value modern, and make sure they know which one is top. So up. That's what I like to do. Up. Up. And then this is bottom. Bottom. That way they open it from the top. All right, does that make sense? So write your service level, up, bottom, and then take it to the post office. Guys, write the address down the P.O. box for PSA before you leave. Shipping options, guys. This is where you're going to want to ship to. PSA, P.O. Box 6180, Newport Beach, California, okay? If you have FedEx, then this is the address, and all UPS services and FedEx ground, this is the address. But U.S. Post Office, this is the address you want right here, so write it down, all right? Newport Beach, California, 92658. All right, and there you go. All you gotta do is take it to the post office, give them that address, and they're gonna ship it for you. Shake it around. No movement. Good to go. Solid box, guys. It's gonna get there safe. All right. I'm gonna go run these to this post office, get these mailed out. I'm gonna be doing monthly submissions to PSA, so make sure to subscribe, like, comment below. Check out my Patreon page, patreon.com/PSA collector to take your collecting to the next level. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next video, all right?